What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on MULN stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you the latest news directly related to Mullen. I will show you my 2 cents related to its price action, and I will show you an update from the tech results from the testing of Lawrence Harch Magic Box. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video yesterday, and I've told you at this point that we might see a spike in its price on the pre-market hours. We had even a possibility to break this previous swing high, but my main assumption that this asset will not go much higher and eventually it will go lower. And as you can see, it acts exactly as I predicted, and for me it is nothing new. For me it is crystal clear that Mullen Automotive is a fraudulent company and you cannot rely on it on a long-term perspective. And what was the reason of this harsh sell-off? Definitely you all know that everybody was anticipating the update from Lawrence Harch and his $10 billion Saudi deal. And here is this video. It is not so long, less than 13 minutes long. And I have to say that he didn't say anything that might drive the price of Mullen higher. And right here on the Trade Gopher Twitter account, you can find the recap of this video. And the main idea is mind-blowing, I have to say. Mullen Automotive and MIO haven't even signed a contract. And let me show you that. Let me show you this. Here is the screenshot of the Lawrence Harch conversation with one of the Twitter users. And let me quote this. Please announce news when it's ready. I believe that you are unnecessarily exposing your company to litigation or fines or even jail time over these broken promises. And Lawrence answered, no, can't announce until Mullen finalize our agreement. Wasn't completed today as we thought. My deals are moving forward with or without Mullen. And the answer again, you're playing with fire. You are going to end up in jail, fined or sued. And definitely I completely agree with this statement. You cannot make any promises in the public spaces related to your company or other publicly traded company and without any consequences. Definitely you have to know what you are talking about and what might be the results of your promises. And for now we have basically bold and misleading statements that Lawrence Harch is still promising that he has this not one but four contracts with in the Middle East. He doesn't mention a lot about the Saudi contract. He knows that the contract that he is intended to sign was signed with Lucid, and I don't know why, but he thought that he can make this statement without any consequences for him. I don't know how it is even possible. But in general, right now we don't have any fundamental news that might drive the price of Mullen. Even this recent publication on Financial Journey Twitter account, the results of, let me quote it for you, these are the third-party testing results for Lawrence's technology. And here is 4 pictures, 2 graphs and 2 tables. Right here you can see these tables. And in general it is quite interesting information. It so-called proves the words of Lawrence Harch. But let me show you this. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm not 100% confident in this type of tests, but what attracts my attention? Right here you can see the power on the left side, and you can see the max power of this testing is 22.42 horsepower. And the second chart, the second graph, shows the maximum power of only 4.63 horsepower. This means more than 4 times lower output on this chart potentially shows that we don't need so much energy to make this happen. And if it's true, definitely these results might be explained perfectly well because of the laws of physics. But let me show you quite interesting details right here. Tony Denaro answered on this thread, and he wrote, one of my positions in old corporate life was test engineering manager, MFG test development and new product validation. These results are not sufficient to make any judgments of, but feel free to have Mr. Harch reach out to me since you have this contact info. And the Financial Journey wrote, what questions would you have? I can contact the company that did these tests. And Tony answered, 1. Was the test designed by a test engineer or Lawrence Harch? 2. All sorts of calibration and test data is missing. 3. There are industry standard tests for electric vehicle range testing. Why were those not used? I'll DM you some samples. So this means this is just two tables to bring more attention to these magical black boxes. But in general, I have to say that these results tells nothing. And at the end of the day, everything that we have for Mullen right now is the bold and misleading promises that they will start their production, and we all know that they cannot produce these vehicles. I've told you multiple times, just do your own due diligence, find any job openings for Mullen when they hire people who can assemble these vehicles. You cannot find any of them. This means they didn't even start to hire these people, and this means they cannot produce these vehicles. On top of that, from the fundamental standpoint, Mullen will be delisted from the Russell 2000 list, Russell 2000 and 3000 list, and this means all of the companies, all of the hedge funds who holds the shares from Russell 2000 and 3000 list will close their position at the late June of 2023. On top of that, let me show you that Mullen will be delisted from the NASDAQ stock exchange, and let me show you this tweet. Post hoc wrote, virtually everything you said is completely wrong. Two other NASDAQ stocks also did reverse split on May 4th, WGS and MDRR. Unlike Mullen, they both got letters on day 11th and are off for the NASDAQ non-compliant companies list. The issue for Mullen is Rule 5810C3H, and I showed you this list previously, and right here you can find Mullen Automotive, as you can see, and it is still in this list from the date of September the 7th. And it will be delisted, and no one can help it. And that is why you cannot rely on this asset in the medium and long-term perspective. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, as already mentioned previously, this asset should break its all-time low at 72.95 cents price point, and in my opinion, right now it might break it today, and previously on yesterday's session I've told you that it might break it by the end of this week, but right now I'm pretty sure that today's price action will be to the downside. And that is why we have to be very cautious with any of our long position. And if you still believe that this asset might hit much higher targets, so I cannot do anything but warn you that you will lose your money. And I am consistently telling you this basically for more than 1 year or even longer. And I've told you previously that this asset doesn't worth your attention. Everything that you can do with this price action is just catch these bounces. And I have to say that I caught the majority of them, and you can watch just several of my previous videos. And in the long-term perspective, this asset doesn't worth your attention, and if you invest in this company for the long period of time, you will lose your money. So that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the